RSJ told Tariq that he got to where he is today by doing things the right way.
Cap.
Is this the truth?
Or look at this man's face right here. Look at his face right here. Does this look like an honest man? Y'all remember who he was in lottery. I think that's why he got this job. Nate Almighty, and I'm back with another Power Book 2 Ghost Season 4 theory. No, I don't. We reacting to theories now. Now, as y'all know, last month, they tried to take my channel down for doing reactions, but I beat the charges. They try to charge me, but I'm not guilty. Nate Almighty, not guilty. Nate Almighty, not stealing. Right? But anyways, we gonna be reacting to Getting It How I Lives. Theories on RSJ. Who the hell is RSJ? And what connection does he have to James Ghost St. Patrick? Without further ado, let's get to it.
Ever since being introduced, RSJ has been one of the most mysterious characters in the Power universe. But unlike Nova, who was a complete enigma, RSJ's story was intriguing because of the fact he gave us bits and pieces of his backstory throughout the season, and potentially linking RSJ to James St. Patrick.
That's right. We want to know.
First introduced to RSJ as he was.
Let me try to predict what the homie is going to say, right? Because this is what I like to do when I watch other people's theory videos. He paid his way through school. Matter of fact, that's just what I'm thinking. That ain't what Getting How I'm Living thinking. Because y'all just going to say, man, you saw the video before.
Speaking at an event called
Eat a Frank. That's what you think, Eat a Frank.
Most influential people. Braden told Tariq that RSJ was one of the richest men in the world. But he didn't start out that way. RSJ later told Tariq that when his father died, they were so poor that the only thing he left behind was good examples. So the big question that everybody has is, how did RSJ get from point A to point B?
See, that's the question we're asking. You know, a lot of people say, you know, they even say it in media, whether it's a movie or a show, they say the richest people in the world, there's no way they got there without doing some foul stuff to somebody, crossing somebody over. And then if you want to go in the conspiracy realm and go down a rabbit hole, you know, there's, you know, all that stuff, sacrifices, this, that, third, you know. So chances are some nefarious things went down during RSJ's rise to prominence. But does James St. Patrick have something to do with it?
Tariq and Braden were watching RSJ speak as they waited on Lucas Weston, who planned to use Tariq as a pawn to manipulate RSJ and put in money into the Weston Ponzi scheme. It was very important for Lucas to get RSJ because he was high profile with deep pockets, and it could take the Weston Ponzi scheme to. After RSJ and Lucas discussed the meeting, Tariq got an opportunity to speak with RSJ, and at the end of their conversation, RSJ asked Tariq what his name was, and Tariq gave him his full name, Tariq St. Patrick. And by the time RSJ met with Lucas, he had either done.
Hey, this is why, you guys, I'm going to be going over the last season as I come up with more theories for what may happen during season 4. This scene is very telling because now it seems like he recognized Tariq's face, you know, and wanted to confirm who he was. That was his way of introing himself.
Done his homework on Tariq, or he already knew Tariq from his last name.
Yep.
Because after initially rejecting Lucas, RSJ then turned his attention to Tariq and told him that he heard his father left him a trust. To do something smart with it, he owed it to his father. And that's when RSJ went on to tell Tariq that when his father died, they were so poor, the only thing he left behind was good examples. But at this time, Lucas was furious that RSJ turned him down and blamed it on Tariq and forced Tariq to get RSJ on board, or he would terminate his internship. Keeping in mind that Kiki had already tried to warn Lucas that RSJ was going to see right through them, and when he turned them down, it would turn off everyone else. And Tariq wanted to get his inheritance as soon as possible, then went on a mission to get RSJ to sign with Weston Holt.
Okay.
This is what ultimately cost Tariq his inheritance, because losing his internship wouldn't have cost Tariq his inheritance. It would have just prolonged him graduating and receiving the inheritance. But after putting his inheritance in a Ponzi scheme, Tariq lost everything.
Yes. Boy lost everything. But of course, we all know this is TV and this is power. So let me know in the comment sections, what do y'all think? How do y'all think he's gonna get it back? Because he's gonna get it back.
We definitely didn't do what RSJ told him to do and do something smart with his inheritance. But instead, he made a rushed decision that wasn't smart at all. But this might be best for Tariq. Now he can be his own man instead of living off Ghost and starting out on third base, like Tommy likes to say.
Mhm.
As for RSJ, Tariq was able to win him over to Western Holdings because RSJ was interested in the location of a specific piece of real estate, the Queen's Child Project. He wanted to tear down the building and turn it into a mall. Keeping in mind that the original location of the QCP was the bar that was owned by Ghost's father and his uncle Gabe, that also had an apartment building attached to it. So this was actually the location where Ghost grew up at. But Gabe wasn't even initially trying to sell the spot to Ghost, even though he was willing to pay over the market value, because he said he couldn't let Ghost buy the place and tear it down. But Ghost persuaded Gabe when he said he was going to dedicate the place to his daughter, Verena. So the big question is, why was RSJ interested in this particular piece of property? It could be nothing, and that he's just working on adding to his real estate portfolio, the initial reason why he rejected Lucas in the first place.
Mhm.
Or it could have a deeper meaning, possibly connecting RSJ to the St. Patrick's.
Mhm.
Because RSJ, being one of the richest men in the world, able to invest into anything, why was landing that one piece of property worth RSJ going against his better judgment and signing with Western Holdings?
Mm, mm, mm. Well, you're right. You're right. That ball good. That ball good. Yeah, that's a good point made by getting how I live. It's like, yo, you could be anywhere else in the world, spending your money on a yacht, anything, any other kind of building. You didn't have to go like kind of like in the middle of the hood in Queens and you worried about a building to where you putting your money on the line. It's like, first of all, for one, it's chump change to him, obviously, but there's a deeper meaning. Is he trying to help preserve the building for James St. Patrick? Is that what he's trying to do?
RSJ has most likely already tried buying the property from Gabe, and Gabe probably turned him down the same way he initially did when Ghost first approached him. Speaking of Uncle Gabe, what is he up to now after selling the bar?
Facts.
What does he think about the
Where's that
QCP
nigga?
being turned into a mall? And could we possibly see Gabe return for the final season of Book 2, possibly giving us more information into RSJ's backstory? But RSJ himself revealed more about his backstory after signing with Western Holdings during a trip to Italy. He initially opened up to Tariq about his own personal life, saying that if people judged him for what he was doing when he was 19 years old, people wouldn't trust him today either. What was RSJ doing back in the day that would make people not trust him? And does he potentially have skeletons in the closet that he's trying to keep hidden? Because when Tariq went to talk to RSJ to let him know about the Ponzi scheme, RSJ told Tariq that he got to where he is today by doing things the right way.
Cat.
Is this the truth?
Look,
Or
look at this man's face right here. Look at his face right here. Does this look like an honest man? Y'all remember who he was in lottery. I think that's why he got this job. That's why he got this job, man. This dude is up to something, man. He's up to something. Something nefarious.
is RSJ living a double life? Maybe RSJ is what Ghost wanted to be.
Mahoney. Maybe, maybe not.
Former gangster turned legit businessman. Because it didn't take much convincing for RSJ to blackmail Lucas to get the money back for himself, Tariq, and the Tejadas, even though the Ponzi scheme was exposed before they got their money back. But also keep in mind that RSJ left the country on his private jet instead of clearing his name with the feds like Kiki. If he was a victim like everyone else, why wouldn't he talk to the feds if he didn't have anything to hide? I mean, personally, I completely understand this because I would have did the same thing because I don't speak to the law under any circumstances. But I also spent 10 years in the game, so that's kind of just embedded in me. So there are clues that there is potentially a side of RSJ that we haven't seen yet. Also, keeping in mind that he lost his temper real quick with Lucas when Lucas was doing circles about the Ponzi scheme. And just from that glimpse, this shows that RSJ could be a major.
That man is a murderer. RSJ kills people. We're gonna see RSJ do something foul. It's coming.
Problem. Because there is also an Easter egg that tells us that RSJ could potentially have two sides. Because also during their trip to Italy, RSJ told Tariq that he would be lying to him if he said that he wasn't familiar with his story and his father. Again, connecting RSJ to Ghost. Why does RSJ know Tariq's story? and about his father.
Yes. Why? 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 Ghost is a drug lord, not a drug dealer, a drug lord. Why does he know Ghost? Why? This is what we need to know.
Even going on to say it seemed like Ghost had two sides. When Tariq replied, "Don't we all?"
Can't teach that shit, nigga. Come on. That's God gifted. That's touched by an ink. That's on the dome, nigga.